This conference will now be recorded.
So in today's session, we are going to discuss about force.com platform, and we have to understand what exactly force.com platform and what is the use, and why should we go for force.com platform in Salesforce even though we have a collection of out of the box features are available which we can use to implement the functionalities through configurations. Just by using some mouse clicks, we can implement so many features. Then why should we go for force.com platform? And what features or what scenarios in Salesforce especially enforce you to go to the force.com platform? And how can we implement the business logics and how to design our own user interfaces with the help of few programming languages offered by force.com platform? And what kind of programming languages that we are going to discuss as part of force.com platform, we'll see one by one. Now, let's see. So that already we know Salesforce.com is an organization. Salesforce.com is an organization which has started in March 1999 by a person called as Mark Benioff, and he's the CEO and the founder of this organization. So Salesforce.com is an organization which has started in March 1999 by a person called as Mark Benioff, and he is the CEO and the founder of this organization. So from the beginning of this organization, they are purely offering cloud services to the customers. From the beginning of this organization, they are purely offering cloud services to the customers. They're purely offering cloud services to the customers on rental basis. Now, so as part of these cloud services, Salesforce people are offering three classifications of cloud services. They're offering three classifications of cloud services. First one, SaaS. Second one, PAAS. Third one, infrastructure. These are the three classifications of services offered by Salesforce to their customers on rental basis. Now, so now tell me what do you mean by this as SaaS? SaaS stands for what? Software as a service. Second one, platform as a service. Third one, infrastructure as a service. These are the three classifications of services offered by Salesforce to their customers on a rental basis, which can be accessible just with the help of browser and internet access. Because from the beginning of this organization, they are purely offering cloud services. So cloud services doesn't require any installations. We no need to install anything in our local system. We no need to maintain any prerequisite softwares to be get installed in our local system. We no need to maintain any prerequisite hardwares inside your local system. Just we need a browser and the internet access to access your cloud applications. Whatever the cloud services you are going to access, those needs just only two features. First one, browser. Second one, internet access. Just with the help of these two features, we can access all the cloud services. It may be SaaS service also, it may be platform also, it may be infrastructure. Everything can be accessible just with the help of browser and the internet access. Now, now tell me, as part of SaaS, Salesforce provides a ready-made application. What is that ready-made application? Salesforce CRM. Salesforce provides a ready-made application. That means ready-made software. Because software as a service means what? Whatever the ready-made software has been built by the Salesforce people, if those ready-made softwares are exactly suits to our business, then just we can take them on rental basis. Just you can access those features with the help of browser and the internet access on rental basis without installing anything in our local device. We no need to buy the complete software license by investing a huge amount, because these are purely the cloud services which we can take it on rental basis, which can be accessible just with the help of browser and the internet access. Now, as of now, we have used this is Salesforce CRM application, because Salesforce CRM is a ready-made software offered by Salesforce to be used to automate all your existing customers and new customers information at one place. In order to store all your customers' data, your products data, your leads data, your campaigns data, and your opportunities data, everything at one place, we are using the help of a ready-made application called as Salesforce CRM. So that already we know how to use this Salesforce CRM and how can we configure the features, how to use them, how to create the records, how to manage the records, everything we have discussed in the previous sessions. Now, as part of this Salesforce CRM, Salesforce offers three applications internally by default, like the sales, service, and the marketing. So, as part of Salesforce CRM, we are having three built-in modules are available, like the sales application, service application, and the marketing application, which are used to store the data related to your business. That means in order to store your sales data, service data, and the marketing data of your business at one place, we are using the help of Salesforce CRM. And that too, Salesforce CRM is the world's first cloud CRM application that we have in IT industry. Salesforce CRM is the world's first cloud CRM application that we have in IT industry, which has been introduced by Salesforce in the year 2000. Which has been introduced by Salesforce in the year 2000. Now, from the year 2000 onwards, okay, the people have started using Salesforce CRM. Still, so many clients are utilizing Salesforce CRM. Now, so many customers are migrating to Salesforce from their past other CRM applications. It may be from PeopleSat CRM, Siebel CRM, Sugar CRM, Infor CRM, Synergy CRM, Adobe CRM, NetSuite CRM, SAP CRM, Oracle CRM, Microsoft CRM. So many other CRMs are available. So many people has already migrated from other CRMs to Salesforce CRM, and now also few people are still migrating from their other existing CRM applications to Salesforce, because Salesforce CRM is the world's first cloud CRM application, so which can be accessible on rental basis just with the help of browser and the internet access. Now, now in this case here, you can raise a question that already we have discussed this point as well. Sir, Salesforce is providing the three built-in modules like sales, service, and the marketing. With the help of this Salesforce CRM, we can automate our sales related data, service related data, marketing related data. But we are into banking. Recently, we have entered into banking sector, or we have entered into financial sector. We have started a new insurance organization, or we are into e-commerce. We are into hospitality. We are into supply chain. We are into pharmaceutical. Then what about us? Do we have any applications to automate our banking processes, financial processes, insurance processes, e-commerce processes, supply chain management, pharmaceutical automations? Do we have any applications? No. If we don't have such kind of applications, then do we have at least a platform from Salesforce which we can use to build our own applications based on our business needs? Yes. As part of Salesforce, Salesforce is not only offering the Salesforce CRM, Salesforce introduced the CRM along with a platform also. Salesforce introduced the Salesforce CRM along with a platform also that is called as Force.com platform. Then what exactly this a Force.com platform and what is the use? And what kind of programming languages that we have in Salesforce, okay, which we can use to write the code, and what programming languages we should learn in order to implement the custom applications through Force.com platform. Now let's see here. As of now, we have discussed about CRM functionalities, that means configuration features. Now we are entering into development functionalities by using Force.com platform, which is platform part of platform as a service. So Salesforce is not only offering the ready-made softwares, Salesforce offers a platform also that is called as Force.com platform. Salesforce offers a platform called as a Force.com platform. Then what exactly the Force.com platform, what we can do now, let me explain with the practical scenarios one by one. Clear up to this one? Any questions? Now. So now let's see, first of all, what exactly a platform? So how can we define a platform? What do you mean by a platform? Hmm. Sorry, a particular place to implement. Okay. Hmm. Any more definitions? To implement the custom functionalities by using that. Okay, programming. Okay. Hmm. Okay, where we can show our ideas. That means we can able to build some new features. Okay, it's like a development environment. Okay, right? Hmm. Now let's see. So basically, platform is nothing but a development environment. Okay, platform is nothing but a development environment. So what it contains, now let's see. Like for example, come to a small general scenario. For example, assume that in my hometown or in my city, okay, we have some open land or open space. Okay, I have some space or some open land in my hometown. So now in that open land, I would like to construct a house. In order to construct a house with the good designs, whatever you want, we need some materials, right? Yes. We need some materials. We need some resources also. In order to construct the house, we need manpower. That means construction engineers, civil engineer people who can able to design a very good house for me, and then who can able to design some interiors also, exteriors also for my house to make it look like attractive. So that we need some manpower who can construct that house for me, okay, in whatever the design that I have suggested to them. And In order to build that house, we need some materials like some iron, cement, bricks, sand, like that we need some material. So with the help of combination of all these resources, by using the help of manpower and by using the help of materials like as iron, cement, bricks, and all these things, with the help of this combination of all the resources, we can able to construct the house whatever you want, in whatever the design that you want. So now, like the similar way, whenever if you want to develop any software, if you want to build your own software, if you want to build your own application, why? Because whatever the existing CRM applications given by Salesforce, that is not suitable for my business. Because I'm into banking. Banking process is completely different. And we are into finance. Financial processes are completely different. We are into e-commerce. E-commerce processes are completely different. So whatever the existing CRM application given by Salesforce, that application is not suitable to our business requirement. We are having the complete business processes separately. So in that case, whatever the application that we need to automate our business processes, we need to build those applications. We need to develop that software. So in order to develop the software, we need some material. Those materials are nothing but programming languages, technologies, databases, and the tools. Okay, these are the combinations. So in this case, we are using some materials like as some programming languages, technologies, databases, and the tools. With the help of combination of all these resources, we can develop our own software, whatever we need. Okay, it may be related to banking, or finance, or insurance, or healthcare, or pharmaceutical, or e-commerce, or anything. So in that case, in order to develop that application, whatever you want, whatever the environment is required, whatever the resources are required, whatever the programming languages are required, technologies and the databases and the tools are required, the combination of all these resources is called as a platform. So platform is nothing but a development environment. Platform is nothing but a development environment which provides a collection of resources, which provides a collection of services which we can use to develop our own custom applications, whatever we need. So, in order to build your own custom applications, whatever the resources and whatever the environment that we need, that complete environment will be offering by platform. Now, so in this case, whenever if you want to build your own custom applications, we have so many platforms are available in IT industry. We have Java platform where they're providing so many programming languages here. And then we have .NET platform also. SAP platform also here. Like that, so many platforms are available. But Salesforce people are offering a cloud platform that is called as Force.com, because Java is purely on-premise, .NET on-premise, SAP on-premise. But now this is Salesforce is purely offering cloud platform which does not require any installations, which can be accessible just with the help of browser and internet access. Okay, understand the concept here? So Salesforce offers a cloud platform called as a force.com, which is used to build our own custom applications. In order to build your own custom applications, whatever the features are required, whatever the programming languages are required, whatever the technologies are required, everything is available as part of this force.com platform. Now, so now in Force.com platform, to build applications, to write some piece of code, Salesforce introduced two programming languages. Salesforce introduced two programming languages. First one, what? Apex programming, right? First one, Apex programming. Second one, Visual Force programming. Okay, as part of Force.com platform, we have two programming languages are available. First one, Apex programming. Second one, Visual Force programming. These are the two programming languages are available. Now, generally, if you want to use any programming language, it may be C also, C++, Java, .NET, Python, anything. First of all, we have to install into a local device. Okay, we have to install that software into the local device. Then we can use those features to build applications whatever you want. But as part of our force.com platform, that already we know that from the beginning of the organization, Salesforce is purely offering cloud services which can be accessible without any installations. So, what are the two programming languages offered by Salesforce? Like as Apex programming and Visual Force programming, both are purely cloud programming languages, which it doesn't require any installations. Directly, we can access them with the help of browser and internet access. It may be Apex programming, it may be Visual Force programming. Also, both are purely cloud programming languages. Okay, now, so in this case, what is the use of Apex programming? What is the use of Visual Force programming here? Okay, now let's see one by one. Clear up to this one? Now, make a note of this one. Platform. Platform is nothing but a development environment which provides a collection of services which can be used to implement the custom applications based on the need. Based on the need. Salesforce offers a cloud platform called as Force.com. Salesforce offers a cloud platform called as Force.com as part of platform as a service. As part of platform as a service. Force.com features can be accessible just with the help of browser and internet access. Just with the help of internet access, browser and the internet access. By using Force.com platform, we can build our own custom applications based on the business requirement. For example, banking, finance, insurance, healthcare, pharma related, e-commerce, supply chain, etc. Force.com offers two cloud programming languages as below. First one, Apex programming language. Second one, Visual Force programming language. First one, Apex. Second one, Visual Force programming. Done with these points? Now, let's see. So in this case, as part of this force.com platform, we have two programming languages are available. First one, Apex programming language. Second one, Visual Force programming language. First one, Apex. Second one, Visual Force. Then what exactly Apex programming and what we can do, we'll see first. And then we'll see Visual Force programming. Visual Force will be at the last. We'll be having only 5 sessions, so we are spending the time on Visual Force, and rest of the complete course will be on Apex programming here. Okay, almost completely 50 days we are going to be spending the time on Apex programming because Apex programming is having more functionalities to be get discussed, and then Visual Force will be hardly 5 to 10 sessions over here, not more than that, only for designing purpose here. Okay, now the backend business logic we are having the more importance, and so that here we are spending some more time. Okay, now let's see. So what exactly the Apex programming language? Let's start with Apex programming language. From today onwards, we are discussing about Apex programming language so that we can understand what exactly this Apex and what we can do, what kind of functionalities available in Apex programming. We'll see everything one by one. Apex programming here. Now, as of now, you might be observed so many programming languages as of now. You might be aware of so many programming languages, like for example, C programming, Pascal programming, basic programming. We have COBOL, we have C++, we have Java, we have C Sharp.NET, VB.NET, and then VC++.NET, and then Python. Like that, so many programming languages are available, along with our Apex programming language also. Then what is the specialty of this Apex programming? How it is different from other programming languages? Hmm. So whatever the existing programming languages that we have in IT industry, all these existing programming languages are purely on-premise. These are purely on-premise programming languages. On-premise means what? Which requires installation first. Okay, that already we know. In the starting classes of configurations we have discussed. On-premise means it should be there on your premises. It should be installed on your local device. So that here, whatever the programming languages which requires installations, those will be called as on-premise programming languages which needs installation. But when coming to the Apex programming, Apex is purely an on-demand programming language. It's an on-demand programming language. That means it's a cloud-based programming language which doesn't require any installations. Okay, we no need to install anything in our local system. We no need to maintain any prerequisite softwares into our local device. You no need to maintain any prerequisite hardware configuration like as a 4 GB of RAM, 8 GB of RAM, 1 TB of memory, nothing. Forget about all these things because we are not writing any code in our local system. We are not saving any code in our local system. We are not compiling anything in our local system. We are not executing anything in our local system. So because our local system is just a dummy system to connect to the internet. So that as part of this Apex programming, Apex is purely an on-demand programming language or a cloud-based programming language which doesn't require any installations. Now, then what is the use of this Apex programming language here? Why we are using this Apex programming language? Basically, Apex programming language is used to implement the custom business logics. In order to implement the custom business logics as part of the application development, we are using Apex programming language. Now, custom business logics means what? Custom business logics means whenever we are building our own applications, we are designing some screens, right? We are designing some user interfaces. It may be registration form also, login screen also, search screen also. It may be change a password screen or like as it may be okay, forgot password screen, anything. So once the screens has been designed, on those screens, when I click on the button controls, it is performing some actions. Like when I click on login button, it is validating my credentials. When I click on save button, it is creating a new record. When I click on delete button, it is deleting the record. When I click on search button, it is searching for the matching record. How? Because of some business logics. Behind every button control, okay, behind every button control, we are having some business logics. Because without the business logics, we can't perform any operations. So that as soon as once you click on any button control, if it is doing some operations means behind that button control there is a business logic is available which can do some operations for you. It may be creating a new record also inside the table. It may be modifying the record also. It may be deleting the record also. It may be validating your credentials also. Anything, whatever it might be. So now to perform the operations on your object records, if you want to do some operations, we have to write the business logic with the help of Apex programming. So Apex is a cloud-based programming language, okay, which is used to implement the custom business logics. In order to implement your own custom business logics inside the application to be used to perform certain operations in the application, we are using Apex programming language. Okay, understood the concept now? Now, let's see. Make a note of this one. Each and every point I will explain one by one. Apex is Apex is the cloud-based programming language which doesn't require any installation inside the local device. We can access the features just with the help of browser and internet access. By using Apex programming, we can implement the custom business logics. We can implement the custom business logics which can be used to perform the operations inside the application. In order to perform the operations in the application, we are using Apex programming language. Done with these points? Done? Next. Next one. As part of this Apex programming language. So whatever the programming languages that we have in IT industry, so many programming languages are available. Just now we have discussed. Like we have C programming, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, VB.NET, and then VC++.NET, Python. We are having JavaScript. We have Pascal. We have COBOL. We have like as basic like that. So many programming languages are available. So, whatever the programming languages that we have in our IT industry, all the programming languages has been divided into four categories. Okay, whatever the programming languages that we have in IT industry, all the programming languages has been divided into okay four categories. Let me explain those four categories here, and then I will explain what is the functionality of each category, and our Apex programming languages comes under which category. We'll see one by one. Then I will come to the note points over here. So in IT industry, whatever the programming languages that we have, all the programming languages has been divided into four different categories. First one, procedure-oriented programming languages, or these are also called as structured-oriented programming languages. Second one, object-oriented programming languages. Third one, component-oriented programming languages. Fourth one, service oriented or message oriented programming languages. These are the four categories of programming languages are available in IT industry. So whatever the programming languages that we have in IT industry, all the programming languages has been divided into these four categories, like as procedure oriented, object oriented, component oriented, and the service oriented. Now, let me explain each category and what programming languages are comes under which category. I will explain. Then we will come back to our Apex programming here. First one, procedure oriented or structured oriented programming. This is the first approach introduced in IT industry. As part of this procedure oriented programming languages, each business logic should be implemented in the form of procedures and functions. Okay, because all are programming languages only, all are used to implement the business logics only here, but the way of implementation will be different. Depends upon that category, the way of implementation will be different here. Now, in this case, as part of procedure oriented or structured oriented programming, each business logic should be implemented in the form of procedures and functions. So, whatever the business logic you are going to implement, divide the whole business logic to various small pieces, that each piece is called as a procedure or a function. Like, for example, assume that we have a product like a some laptop. Now tell me the complete laptop is a single part over here? No. It is having so many internal components are available. It is having a screen, it is having a keyboard, it is having the mouse feature, it is having internally the RAM and the processor and the hard disk and the SMPS and the motherboard. Like that, so many components are available. So that here laptop has been made up of with using all these components. Now, in this case here also, whatever the application you are going to build, Okay, that application business logic we are dividing into various small features, that each feature is called as a procedure or a function. So, in procedure oriented programming or structured oriented programming, each business logic should be implemented in the form of procedures and functions. Now, then what programming languages are, okay, comes under this category? We have so many programming languages like Pascal, Basic, C, PLSQL, COBOL, like that. These are the programming languages. We have Pascal. Basic is a very legacy programming, very old programming language. We have C programming. PLSQL from database, it may be Oracle or SQL Server database, you will be having that PLSQL programming. And then we have COBOL. So these are all are comes under procedure oriented programming languages where each business logic should be implemented in the form of procedures and functions. Now, but in this case, whenever we are implementing the business logics by using this procedure oriented programming languages, the major problem is security. The major problem is security. That means procedure oriented programming languages won't provide much security for your code. Whatever the code we have written, whatever the logic we have written, whatever the functionalities we have implemented, that code will not be under our control. That code we can't control. We can't restrict that. Like this user can access only these procedures, this user can access only these procedures, this user can access these procedures. We can't restrict. We can't control the visibility of the features. That is a major problem. So, as part of procedure oriented programming, it won't provide much data security. Whatever the code we have implemented, that code cannot be under our control. That code will be accessing by all the people over here, irrespective of the user. That is a major problem. So now in this case, to make your code more secured, to control the visibility of our code, they have introduced one more programming approach that is called as object-oriented programming languages. In object-oriented programming languages, each business logic we are implementing in the form of classes and objects. Okay, in object oriented programming languages, each business logic should be implemented in the form of classes and objects. That means whatever the business logics we are implementing, those business logics we are dividing to the various small units, that each unit is called as a class. So whatever the related business logics that we have inside the application, those related business logics we are going to be grouping together in the form of small units called as classes. Okay. Now, so now as part of object oriented programming languages, what are the various programming languages are available as part of this approach? The first one, Smalltalk. Smalltalk is the world's first object-oriented programming language. Smalltalk is the world's first object-oriented programming language. And then we have C++. And then we have Java. We have C Sharp.net. We have VB.net. We have VC++. We have Python. Like that, we have so many programming languages along with our Apex also. That means we have Apex programming language. Apex is purely an object oriented programming language which supports object oriented programming principles, so that in Apex programming language, each business logic should be implemented in the form of classes and objects. Okay. So Apex also one of the object oriented programming language where each business logic should be implemented in the form of classes and objects. Okay. Now, so now in this object oriented programming language, so now these are especially used to write the business logic. But how to invoke that business logic then? For that one, user has to go to the command prompt. He has to enter a command. Based on the command only he can execute. That means now this object oriented programming language, they are used to build the backend business logic, but they don't have any user interface controls. We don't have any user interfaces. We don't have any screens. That means we can't prepare our own customized user interfaces by placing our own visual appearance controls like as text boxes, buttons, check boxes, tables, and then quick list controls. Nothing. We don't have this kind of user interfaces facility. These are only working through commands. We have to go to the command prompt, invoke the command, everything manually here. That is a problem. But my customers are not technical guys. Those people don't know any command. They don't know how to use that. So in that case, I want to make my application can be accessible just by using a mouse clicks without learning any commands, without having any technical skills. Just with the help of the mouse clicks, the people can able to operate my application. So for that reason, I want to provide attractive user interfaces. So that here, as part of programming languages, they have introduced one more approach called as component oriented programming. Now, component means what? A feature. Component means a feature or a control which contains some visual appearance, like as text box, button, checkbox, pick list, radio buttons, tables. These are all are nothing but components. So, as part of this component oriented programming introduced, okay, component oriented programming introduced to design our own customized user interfaces. So, in this case, each functionality should be implemented in the form of components. Component means control. Component means control, which contains certain functionality, which we can make it reusable in different places. Like for example, I'm designing a registration form. So in that registration form, we need text boxes, right? How many we need? Only one text box or multiple? Multiple also. To enter first name, last name, email ID, phone number, username, password, like that multiple text boxes are required. So each text box is nothing but a component. So the same component I have used multiple times here. So that component is nothing but a piece of reusable code. Component means a piece of reusable code which we can use in multiple places of your application development wherever we want. Develop once, reuse it in multiple places whenever you want, wherever you want. For that one, they have introduced component oriented programming. Nowadays, we are having that functionalities, everything we are operating through mouse clicks. Now, this kind of feature is called as event driven programming. This event driven programming has been implemented because of this component oriented programming only. Because of this component oriented programming only, now everything we are operating through mouse clicks over here. So now it has been introduced by the Microsoft people, because Microsoft people are giving more importance to user friendly interfaces. Okay, whatever the Microsoft products are available, all the Microsoft products are having attractive look and feel. Everything you can able to operate through mouse clicks here. That's what Microsoft products are more popular. Okay, now, so in this case, component oriented programming has been introduced by the Microsoft people by introducing two programming languages. First one, COM, second one, DCOM. That means component object model and distributed component object model. Now, here each functionality will be implemented in the form of components. Now, and along with that, we are having so many other programming languages are available. VB, VC++. Like that, we are having so many programming languages. And along with here from Salesforce, we are having Lightning Framework. In Salesforce, we have this Lightning Framework. It may be ARA, it may be LWC. We have two frameworks are available from Salesforce, which are comes under component oriented. In Lightning Framework, each functionality will be called as a component, like as a text box component, button component, Checkbox component, label component, table component, everything is component. If it is a login screen, that is also called as component. Registration form component here. Okay, if we are having such a screen, that is also component. Everything will be implemented in the form of components where each component contains some certain functionality which we can use in different places of your application development. Okay, so as part of component oriented programming, we have two frameworks are available from Salesforce. First one ARA, second one LWC, Lightning Web Components. Okay, ARA framework, Lightning Web Component framework, these are purely implemented on component based programming language. Okay, next one. By using this component oriented programming, we can design our own user interfaces, we can build our own business logics also, we can implement the functionality. Now, once application development has been done, there are some situations where I want to make my application can be integrated with the other applications. I want to make my application can be talked to the other applications. I want to integrate with a banking system, with a financial application, or insurance application, or with a Java application, .NET application, SAP application, okay, other applications also. In that case, in order to make your applications to be get integrated with that okay, other third-party systems, we are using the help of service-oriented or message-oriented programming. So, as part of this service oriented or message oriented, so now each functionality should be implemented in the form of a service. Those are called as web services. Okay, those are called as web services. So that we can build a web service or we can able to build application functionality in the form of a message. That message will be passing from one application to another application so that two applications can talk to each other. Two applications can communicate with each other. They can exchange the data, they can exchange the business logic so we can make them integrated. For that reason here, we are using the help of service-oriented or message-oriented programming languages. So as part of this one, we have so many programming languages. Let's see what are those programming languages. In this case, each functionality will be implemented in the form of a service that is also called as messages. In order to implement that, we are having WCF, Windows Communication Foundation from Microsoft. And then we have so many features are available here. From Salesforce, we are having web services and then APIs. As part of APIs, we have two APIs are available, REST API and the SOAP API. These are the two APIs are available from Salesforce. We have web services and the built-in API is called as REST API and the SOAP API. So these are the four categories of programming approaches are available in IT industry. So whatever the programming languages that we have, all the programming languages has been divided into various categories here. Now tell me our Apex programming is comes under which category now? Object oriented programming. Now tell me in object oriented programming, each business logic should be implemented in the form of what? Classes and objects. Okay, clear? Now make a note of this point here. Now Apex purely supports object oriented programming principles. Hence, each business logic should be implemented in the form of classes and objects. Done with these points here? Now. So now by using this Apex programming, what we can implement? Now let's see one by one. So by using this Apex programming, we can implement our own custom validations. Like whenever we are inserting some records, whenever we are updating some records, if you want to do any validations, we can implement those validations also with the help of Apex programming. It may be simple validation, it may be complex validations also we can implement. Why? Because whenever we are creating some validation rules on your objects, Salesforce has given the limitation an object can have maximum of 100 active validation rules, not more than that. An object can have maximum of 100 active validation rules. When you try to create more than 100, Salesforce won't support. Suppose in my object I'm having 800 fields are available. So I want to create 300 validation rules on an object, but Salesforce won't support. It allows us to create only 100. Then what about the remaining? In that case, instead of using all the validation rules through mouse clicks, just we can use the help of a single trigger. You no need to create 300 validation rules just to create a one single trigger through Apex programming. This single trigger can handle to validate n number of fields in one shot. It may be 300 fields also, 800 fields also, 1000 fields also, anything, whatever it might be, one single trigger is enough in order to do the validation for 800 fields also in one shot. So that here, with the help of this Apex programming, we can implement our own custom validations. It may be simple validations, complex validations also, and along with we can implement deduplication mechanisms. Deduplication mechanisms means duplication elimination mechanism. But as of now in Salesforce, we don't have any duplication elimination mechanism. If I'm creating the records with the same details again and again and again, keep on it is accepting the records as it is. We don't have any duplication elimination mechanism in Salesforce built in. So for that reason, if you want to implement your own custom deduplication mechanisms, that means duplication elimination mechanism, then we can implement through Apex programming. So with the help of this Apex programming, we can able to implement our own custom validations, complex validations, and the deduplication mechanisms also in order to maintain the quality of data. Instead of having that same data again and again and again, we can able to accept only the unique records. We can accept only unique values so that we can eliminate duplicate information inside my object also here. Okay? Now, make a note of this one. By using Apex programming, we can implement simple validations, complex validations, and deduplication mechanisms. That is duplication elimination mechanism. Done with this point? Next. Now, so in this case, by using this Apex programming here, we can implement the DML operations also on your object records. So, with the help of this Apex programming, we can perform all the DML operations on your object records. Like we can insert, we can update, we can delete, and we can restore, we can merge, we can perform all the DML operations on either one record or multiple records also. Now, here you can raise a question. Sir, why you are going for Apex programming language to do all these things? Because already we have done all these things through mouse clicks. Just you can go to the tab, click on new button, form will be opened, enter the data, click on save button, record will be created. Then we can modify, we can delete, we can view, we can do all the things here. But now tell me, by using that user interfaces, how many records can we create at a time? Only one. So click on the new button, form will be opened, enter the data, click on save. Then click on new button again, form will be opened, enter the second record data, click on save. Like that, record by record, record by record, record by record we can do. Now, here you can raise a question. Sir, we have data loader tool. Through data loader also, we can insert multiple records here. We have import wizard. Through import wizard, we can insert multiple records. But the problem is that already told you, data loader can interact with only one object at a time. Data loader can interact with only one object at a time, not with multiple. But my requirement is I want to insert an account record along with a related contact, related opportunity, related case, all these things in one shot. Is it possible through data loader? No. First of all, we have to insert the account record, then get the ID, then create the related contact, then create the related opportunity, and then create the related case one by one, one by one, one by one. We have to do. But in Apex programming, we can perform the operations on bulk records in one shot. We can perform the operations on single record also, multiple records also, related records also. Through we can do with the help of Apex programming. That is a specialty. So by using this Apex programming, we can perform all the DML operations on your Salesforce object records in one shot. It may be a single record or multiple records or related records also we can process at a time with the help of Apex programming language by using a feature called as DML statements. Okay, clear? Now, so now in this case, when you go to the data loader will allow us to perform 7 operations over here, like as insert, update, delete, upsert, and then export all. Okay, now. So and then hard delete operation, total 7 operation. Hard delete is not permitted for the administrator, leave that point over here. Now, do we have any chance to merge the multiple duplicate records into a single record in data loader? Do we have any chance to restore the deleted record back to the object through data loader? No, we don't have that. But Apex programming can do. Through Apex programming, we can merge the multiple duplicate records also. We can restore the records also. We can do all the operations by using Apex programming language. Okay? Now, make a note of this one. By using Apex programming, we can perform all the DML operations on the Salesforce object records at a time. For example, insert, update, delete, undelete, upsert, and the merge. These are the 6 DML operations. Here, DML stands for data manipulation language. DML stands for data manipulation language. Done with this? Next. Now, so in this case, as part of this Apex programming, not only inserting the records, not only updation, not only deletion, if required, we can fetch the data from the Salesforce objects also, like as export operations. Okay, export operation. Exporting means what? Getting the data from Salesforce object to our local device. Importing means what? We are passing the data from our local system to Salesforce object here. Now, as part of this Apex programming, through Apex programming, we can able to get the required records from the Salesforce objects. Now, here you can raise a question, sir, through data loader also I can do that. But data loader can fetch the data from only one object. But I want to fetch the data from multiple related objects in one shot. I want an account record along with related contacts, related opportunities, related cases, related attachments, related tasks, related events, everything I want in one shot over here. The complete account related data I want in one shot. But data loader can't do. So for that reason, we can go with the help of Apex programming. Through Apex programming, we can fetch the required records from one or more number of Salesforce objects also at a time. For that reason, in order to get the records from the object, Salesforce has introduced a language called as SOQL query language. Salesforce introduced a query language called as SOQL. SOQL means Salesforce Object Query Language. Because whatever the records we have created, those records will be storing inside Salesforce objects, which is available inside a database called as a database.com. Database.com is the customized database of Salesforce where all the Salesforce objects in the records will get resides. So inside that Salesforce objects, I'm having some records. From these records, I want to collect some of the records so that I'm making a query over here. I'm making a request by using a specific language so that database can understand my request. It will collect the required records. It will pass back to me here. So that as part of Apex programming, we are having a feature called as SOQL queries. Through these SOQL queries, we can fetch the data from one or more Salesforce objects also. Okay, that facility is available. You can apply your own filter conditions. Whatever the points I'm explaining right now, each and every point is nothing but a separated topic. This SOQL query will be having minimum 5 sessions topic here. It's a 5 sessions topic and update statement. That means DML statements also complete a minimum 4 to 5 sessions here. Okay, all are separate topics as part of Apex programming language. Okay, now make a note of this one. By using Apex programming, we can fetch the required records from one or more Salesforce objects with the help of a query language called as SOQL queries. So here SOQL stands for Salesforce Object Query Language. Salesforce Object Query Language. Done with this? Now, next one. So as part of this Apex programming, it has provided a search engine also. In order to search for the required data in multiple Salesforce objects at a time. Sometimes I need to search for some required content. I know few characters. Based on those characters, I want to search for the matching content inside my Salesforce objects. Not only in one object, in multiple objects, I want to search. In that case, if you want to search for the required content in multiple Salesforce objects, then we are using a search engine that is called as SOSL. SOSL. Like for example, nowadays if we need any information, we are going to the Google. Google is a search engine which will search for your content in multiple websites, which is available in the internet. So in any of the website, if that content has been found, it will list out that website name over here on the screen, so that just you can click on that link and we can go to the website, we can see the required content, whatever you want. Like the similar way here also, what are the characters we have supplied? Based on the characters, if you want to search for the required content in multiple objects, we are using the help of a search engine called as SOSL. So basically, when you go to any other programming languages also, we don't have this kind of search engine. We don't have this kind of search engine in any other programming language. First time Salesforce people introduce a search engine called as SOSL, which is used to search for the required content in multiple objects in one shot. So we can search the content in maximum in 20 objects in one shot in Salesforce here. That is the capability of SOSL queries. SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. Okay, search language. That is query language. This is search language. Both are different. Okay. Now, let's see. Make a note of this one. Apex provides a search engine called as SOSL queries, which is used to search for the required content in multiple Salesforce objects at a time. SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. Done? Next. The next one. As part of Apex programming, we have the possibility to process some bulk records also. Upon performing the operations on bulk records at a time, generally we are using data loader. So what is the capability of data loader? Data loader can able to process maximum of 5 million records. That means 50 lakhs records we can process at a time. Suppose for example, I'm having 20 crore records are available. Okay, or 2 crore records for example. How to process? Okay, 5 lakh, 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs we need to process over here. Okay, now, so 4 times we have to process that. Now, in this case, when coming to the Salesforce, as part of Apex programming, they have introduced two features called as batch programming, schedule programming. Okay, batch and the schedule. With the help of this Apex programming, through batch and the scheduling concept, we can process maximum of 50 million records in one shot. In one shot, we can process 50 million records. 50 million records means 5 crore records we can process at a time. In data loader, 50 lakhs. In Apex programming, 5 crores. So, with the help of batch programming and the schedule programming, we can process millions of records also. We can perform long running operations also so that we can process maximum of 50 million records in one shot. That means 5 crore records, we can process it. Okay, that is the capability of Apex programming language. Okay, now make a note of this one. By using Apex programming, we can process or we can perform long running operations which involves the millions of records processing by using batch programming and schedule programming, which allows us to process maximum of 50 million records at a time. Now, so whenever we are writing your Apex programming code, you no need to take care of any case sensitivity. Like when you go to few programming languages, upon writing the code, few characters are in uppercase letter, few characters are in lowercase letters, like as Java. But Apex is not a case sensitive programming. We can write the code in any character case also here. Okay, so that this is one of the major benefit for developers. You no need to remember which one is uppercase, which one is lowercase. Everything we can able to write completely in uppercase also, or completely in lowercase also, a combination of both also you can mix together. That facility is available. Apex is not a case sensitive programming, hence we can write the code in any character case. And one common principle is in Apex programming language, each statement should be ends with a semicolon. That is a fundamental rule. Generally, whenever we are writing some content also, okay, then to indicate that this is the end of that sentence, we are giving a full stop. That full stop is indicating this is the end of that sentence, and from here onwards, the next sentence will be getting started. Like that to indicate, okay, each statement has to be ended, we have to use a semicolon. Each statement in Apex programming should be ends with a semicolon. These are the various of features that we can do as part of Apex programming. Then how can we write the code? How your Apex programming will be getting compiled? How your Apex programming will be getting executed internally? We'll see in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, I will explain the Apex programming execution life cycle. Like upon executing your Apex program, okay, what kind of components are getting involved, how it will be getting compiled, where to write, how it will save, what is the extension of the file, okay, what kind of components are involving in the compilation and execution, where my code will get saved, everything we'll see, okay, in the tomorrow's session here. Don't miss that tomorrow's session. That is very, very important. And then we'll see how can we compile the code, how to execute everything. We'll see one by one over here. Okay, don't worry about the programming part. Even though you are new to programming, even though you don't have any programming knowledge, don't worry about the programming. Every fundamental basic to advanced level I will be discussing in the class itself. Okay, it's like as a school feeding concept here. Each and every functionality I will explain in detail here. Okay, thank you.